Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Nat Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So I'm going to teach you how to design that pocket you saw right there. Okay, I call this fabric to be about 14 inches. I've sewn already, so that's why it's 13. I've cut it to be 14 inches wide. At this point I cut it to be 1.5 inch, and this other side here is 6.5 inches. All right, but I've already sewn it. I started before I discovered that I need to show you guys this. Okay, so please understand with me. There are two colors, sky blue and navy blue. Okay, I'm going to open it inside and show you how I started. All right, I want you guys to learn it. Okay, that's why I said let me pause and follow, get you guys followed up. So you see I've already joined it. I cut the fabric to be slanty. You can see I already joined it. As you can see, it's slanty. One side is wider than the other side. The other side, the wideness is 6.5 inches. The other side is 1.5 inch. Okay, you will see why I made it so by the time you begin to see how the whole pocket is looking. So you can see I went ahead to fold it using my hemming gum. I hemmed these two parts. After I sew and turn over, I hemmed these two parts so that the two pieces will stay together, and then I gathered it. The wideness of this pocket is 4.25 inch. Okay, so I gathered it to a way that I'm having 4.5 inch. That is the wideness of the pocket. Okay, so I went ahead to press it. So you can see that sky blue inside. You can see how it's appearing on the outside here. That sky blue inside, you can see it's appearing. Okay, behind is sky blue, and it's just showing at the edges. This is the beauty of the pocket. This is just the beauty of the pocket. So this is my pocket, the inner pocket. I cut this to be 1 inch wide by a length of 4.25. all right, I'm going to keep it here and gum it. So guys, this is very simple. Just stay with me, follow me, just watch what I'm doing, and I believe you will get it. It's very simple. There's nothing difficult here. So as you can see, just watch the way I'm pressing it and do it as such. Okay, do the same way I'm doing it. Press it exactly the way I'm ironing it. Okay, don't do something different. Just follow my way, and we will do this together. So I'm not going to press on this good side. I'll turn behind. This is the bad side, and press it so that the iron don't shine my fabric. Can you see this? Now take note, guys, carefully. I'm going to show you something. Take note. I'm going to show you something where I'm going to stitch it. You can see this line here. This is where I'm going to stitch my pocket, on this line here. That's where I'm going to stitch it. Okay. Now let me bring the design so that you see how it's going to appear. Now watch carefully how it's going to be. This is how it is going to be by the time I fix this pocket. You can see, guys, our pocket is set. Our pocket is ready, good to go. All right. So watch carefully how I am going to stitch this. Okay, watch carefully how I'm going to stitch it. I'm first of all going to stitch this pocket opening and the design together. Watch how I'm going to place it. I think you understand more watching than even me saying anything right here, right now. So you can see I'm going to stitch it behind here first. All right. Stitch it behind here first before any other thing. Just watch carefully, observe carefully, guys. You will get this thing just by observing. Now see how I'm going to cut this pocket. Okay, I'm going to cut it, and you will understand as you observe, as you follow, why I am cutting it like that. Just watch carefully. I'm going to cut it below this line I stitched here. I'm going to cut it below that line. You can see where I'll cut and stop. Can you see where I cut and stop? I didn't go anywhere far. I just crossed the line that I folded there. You can see it. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and that is all. Can you see that? Now let's now go ahead to stitch this pocket to our center top. All right. So this is our center top, and we're going to mark where this pocket is going to be. From the shoulder, I want this pocket, the midpoint of the shoulder, okay? I want this pocket to be at 8.5. That's where it's going to be, at 8.5 inch from the shoulder. Can you see that? That's 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches. Alright. That's where the pocket is going to sit. And it's going to, from the center, from the placket, is going to be at let's see. Alright, so it's going to be at 1.5 inch from the placket. So let's measure this and see. 1.5 inch from the placket. Where is it? This is it. 1.5 inch from the placket. Can you see that? And that's from beginning there to the wideness of a pocket. Remember, is 4.25 inch. That's the wideness of a pocket. So the pocket is sitting right here. Okay, this is where the pocket is sitting. So we'll just draw a straight line here. Straight line here to locate where the pocket will sit. So you can see the pocket is going to be but I'll take it a little bit below this line so that by the time I close it up, the mouth will actually be on that line. The opening of the pocket will actually be on that line. So I'm going to take it like ½ inch down so that by the time I stitch and turn the pocket, the opening of the pocket will actually be on the first line I drew down here, so that the pocket will be actually on that 8.5 inches. Guys, hope you understand. Just watch, okay? I already applied my suit gum behind. You can call it interfacing, whatever you call it. I call it suit gum. You can call it A-stain. So you can see, watch carefully how I'm going to stitch this. Carefully guys. I'm going to start here on this line, okay? Start on that line, and I'm going to stitch on the last line I drew down here, the horizontal line I drew down there. I'm going to stitch on that line. I'll show you still, don't worry. So I'm going to end this side. All right, I'll still show you. Just watch and you will see. So I'm stitching on that horizontal line, the down one. This is where I'm going to end, where I made this chalk mark here. So watch carefully how I stitch this. I'm stitching on that second line down. Pay attention closely, guys, so that you don't make a mistake. So you can see I'm done stitching this. You can see I stopped on that line I pressed there before. The next thing for us to do now is to stitch the second part of the pocket so that we can turn it in. All right, so watch carefully how I'm going to stitch it. Now this fabric, I've cut this to be wideness of 6 inches by a length of 12 inches. All right, that should give us the pocket we're looking for. So watch carefully how I am going to stitch it. And guys, if you're already conversant with stitching a single wealth pocket, this is no different from it, okay? The stitching here is actually the same, and the cutting aspect after you finish stitching, how you cut it is still the same. You carefully observe that you don't touch the edges of the pocket. That is where you began to stitch. So watch carefully how I'm going to stitch it. Can you see? Like I said before, one of the most important aspects of these pockets like this is when you are trying to cut the pocket. Okay, so pay close attention and don't allow your fabric, your scissors rather, to get to the first stitch where you began to stitch this pocket. Your scissors shouldn't get there. Now watch carefully how I'm going to. You can see where the chalk mark is there. That was where I began to stitch. You can see this point I'm showing you here with my scissors. I will go close, but my scissors will not touch the first stitch there. You shouldn't touch it. You can only go very close to it. Once you touch it, the pocket will definitely have issues. The pocket will have issues. So I'll do the same thing both sides. All right, same thing this side as well. Same thing this side as well. So I'm done right now. The next thing is to push this piece to the back. I'll push it right to the back. Watch carefully how I'm going to do. Even this way, I'll push it out. Can you see? Can you see how I've turned it over? Turn it behind rather. You see? The next thing is to fold this front piece as well. The top piece rather, to also go inside. And then we'll do a basting stitch. Alright guys, all these processes now, they are the same processes for weft pocket, suit pocket. Also, if you watch my videos on suit chest pocket, alright, you should, or back pocket of trouser, you should understand all of these processes. It's quite simple, so we'll not waste time here talking much. Just concentrate and you will follow up. So the stitch I'm doing here is a basting stitch. What are basting stitches? Basting stitches are temporary stitches you made on fabric, okay, just to join two pieces of fabrics together until a permanent stitch is made. Then you go ahead to remove the basting stitch. So what I'm doing here, these stitches are called basting stitches. You can watch carefully how I'm doing it. When I finally stitch the pocket, I'll remove these stitches. This top stitch I'm doing is a basting stitch. It's a temporary stitch just to help me to stitch the pocket the way I want. So watch carefully. Even this side I'm going to do the same stitch. I'm ensuring the pocket is very flat. There's nothing squeezing anywhere so that I don't have any challenge when I'm done stitching it. So now we are now going to open and stitch this pocket inside. So watch carefully how we are going to do that. So you see, I'm going to run a stitch. Watch carefully where I'm going to run this stitch. I'm going to run the stitch here. Like I said guys, if you want to know more about this pocket, I have a lot of videos like this on my channel where I fixed single weft chest pocket. You can check it out. But let me just be sure that you are seeing what I'm doing. I'll show you where I made this stitch. Don't worry, I'll show you. Even if you couldn't see it well, I'll show you. So look at the other side now. Look at the other side now very well. Look at the other side. Watch where I'm going to make this stitch. Can you see? Just watch. I've made a basting stitch there. I've made this. Trying to adjust the camera so that you can see much more what I am doing. I think you can see it now better. You can see we're around the stitch. This side to the same thing. So I'm going to trim off these little allowances remaining here. I'm going to trim this out. I'll still trim this out. Can you see, guys? We are almost there. We'll turn from behind, lose this basting stitch. After losing it, we'll have to press it very well. You can see the pocket now, almost there. Don't worry, guys, I'll press it to look better. This is how it's looking behind. So the most important thing now is for us to finish this pocket. This is the basting stitch we made. I'm removing them, removing all the basting stitches so that you won't see any stitch on top of the work. All right. So you can see that actually these stitches were temporal stitches. Since I can easily remove them with my nails, it means that temporal stitches. You can see they have been completely removed, and what I have remaining here is only the permanent stitch. Right, you can see this. I removed the temporal stitches. So I'm now going to go ahead and close the pocket from the inside. Just watch how I'm going to close it. So guys, if you're interested in this video, if this video is making sense, if you learned from the video, why don't you hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, so that whenever I drop my videos, you will be notified on time and you'll be one of the first to come watch it. You can see this pocket is almost set. I'm going to close it all round. I just trim off